Hi, so this is kind of a collaboration video. Just want to see how everyone copies. So I need to copy these. I need to copy these assemblies down through this larger assembly. So a couple of different ways to do it. If you check these, the number on these is both the same. They're both B9s. They've been numbered together. So now if I select these items here and right click, now these angles I also want to copy, and I'm going to use the advanced copy, and I'm not going to select the bolts because when I use the advanced copy I will select include additional connections, and I've already set this up, but let me set it up again. It's going to be from here to here. There's going to be 4 items. Preview, and that looks pretty good, right? So what's going on here is these ones coming off the column will stay the same. This one, the holes change, so these will be different. So I've copied that. Everything seems to be fine. You can see that they've copied with the weld symbol, so they're connected back to the column, so that's good. Now I'm going to select these all, so if I'll just pick them this way. There's different ways to do this. I should have set it up with a list, but these all have the number B9 now. I have it set to copy the numbering when copying items. So I'm going to select these assemblies, and now I'm going to number them, see what happens. Let's number them. Okay. And you can see the top 2 have changed, have stayed the same, and the other ones have been renumbered. So there's something different somewhere. Whether it's a weld symbol or sometimes it's a double hole. So that doesn't work. I need them all to be the same number. So what I can do is, usually if I'll leave it till the end to do it. So let me back out of this. There's 2 other ways that I can use to copy. So we're going to back all the way out. So it's going to undo the numbering, and it's going to undo the copying. Alright, so now we're back to where we were. So let's check. So these are all selected. So let's select, sorry, I meant to select them. They're highlighted. And now let's select the bolts. That's all 6 bolts there. All 6 bolts there. Not the column. I usually work in 2D wireframe, but just so you guys can see what's going on. I'll try and do it here. It's a little harder to select things. Alright. So now we've selected almost everything. So we've selected the bolts. We've selected this weld, which we need to copy. And so what I'm going to do is I'll just create a list here temporarily, or sorry, I'll create a group here, and I'll just call it Q. So group Q, I'm going to add these elements. Alright, so select everything again, go to Q, right click, select elements, so it's selected everything. Sorry, clicking on the wrong button. Alright, so it's selected everything I want to copy. Go back into advanced copy and untick this additional connections because I have everything picked. Preview. You can see everything has been copied. Okay. Now, if I right click, you can see the welds have copied successfully. So I'll go back and select these and number them again and see if they have all stayed at B9 or if the 8 that were copied are going to be B10. And number again. Same thing. If we turn off them, you can see the bottom 8 have been renumbered. So this I find frustrating. I've just did a job with a lot of repetition, and this numbering was really frustrating me. So if I go back out of this again, right, we're back to here, go back in here, go to Q, select elements. I have been told in the past, people have said just use the regular copy, which I don't think works either. So if I want to copy this selection from here down, I'm going to array, I'm going to do 5 items. And that's copied everything again. Now if I right click, you can see that because I just copied, it doesn't copy any of the intelligence. So it's not much use to me, but we will try the numbering anyway, just to see for argument's sake. So let me select these. And I don't know, there's something I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know if I should not copy the numbers first, if that's my issue, and maybe just number when it has no numbers. But if I renumber this now, let's see, number, and same thing again. So still no success. So it's hard to know what to do really. So what I do usually is, if I go back here, let's back out, is what I would usually end up doing, which bothers me because I shouldn't have to do it. Something I'm doing wrong. So if I back all the way out, those items are selected. No, cancel that. Let's go back in here, select these 3, and select these clips. So if my numbering is going to be wrong, I might as well copy what I think is the right way, which is with this ticked on. And that looks good. And let's preview. So we've copied them down. Okay, so we're back to the first scenario. So what then I can do is highlight these top 3, select them, delete, and select these, delete these away. This does not seem like a good solution, I'm sure, for anyone, but it is what I end up doing. Delete that, and then there's a weld here, get rid of that weld, and delete that. Alright, and now I'll select these 2, 3, right click, select the 4 angles, which I want to also copy. As you can see, this is a pain, and then I want to copy these back up, so I want to go in the plus direction, and I want 1 copy, preview. Okay, check to see if your column is right first. Column seems to be right. Okay, so let's select all these beams again and see what we end up with. So we should end up, I think, from past experience, with 10 beams that are numbered B10. Numbering. Okay. And it switched back to B9, which is good because that's the number I want, but it's painful having to go through that. You know, it should be a case of just copying them. I know it's probably something I've done with a double hole. There's maybe a double hole on the first one that's not getting copied. Some input would be helpful if anyone has any ideas. I appreciate it. Thank you.